Welcome back, viewer, to Mumbo's Reviews, the show where I talk about and review my favorite games based on 3 criteria: story, music, and gameplay. Today's title is one that I and many others find most enjoyable. The game I will be reviewing is Shovel Knight: Shovel of Hope. Well then, shall we begin? Long ago, the lands were untamed and roamed by legendary adventurers. Of all heroes, none shone brighter than Shovel Knight and Shield Knight. But their travels together ended at the Tower of Fate, when a cursed amulet wrought a terrible magic. When Shovel Knight awoke, the tower was sealed and Shield Knight was gone. His spirit broken, a grieving Shovel Knight went into a life of solitude. But without champions, the land was seized by a vile power, the Enchantress and her Order of No Quarter. Now, the tower is unsealed and devastation looms. A new adventure is about to begin. Shovel Knight is a 2D side-scrolling platformer made by Yacht Club Games, and was released in 2014. The main story follows a brave, shovel-wielding adventurer named Shovel Knight, who is set on a quest to rescue his beloved companion Shield Knight from the Tower of Fate. However, he must first defeat the Enchantress, who is protected by her Order of No Quarter, a group of 8 villainous knights who have taken over the valley. The story is relatively simple, but it's a good one. It gives a backstory to the main character and a motive for him to go on this adventure. I give it a 9 out of 10. As I said before, Shovel Knight is a 2D side-scrolling platformer that you can play in either single player or co-op depending on your console. You move Shovel Knight with the D-pad or the analog stick and can jump by pressing the jump button, holding down the jump button for higher jumps and tapping it for shorter jumps. As his name states, Shovel Knight is a knight with a shovel, and you can use it in a variety of different ways, from killing enemies, to breaking dirt blocks, to opening chests. You can even deflect incoming magic attacks. Another thing you can do with your shovel is a mid-air downward thrust. You can use this to bounce off of enemies and objects, and is an important tool for platforming. These are the moves that allow you to travel throughout the different levels in the valley, taking down each member of the Order of No Quarter along the way. Speaking of levels, each level in Shovel Knight is accessed through the overworld map. On this map, there are different icons that you can go to which take you through the different areas of the game. The map starts off small, most of it covered in fog, but as you go on beating each level, the fog rolls back, revealing more of the map. Each of the levels in Shovel Knight have different themes and enemies, but they all have something in common. In each level, there are checkpoints. These checkpoints can be seen to contain different amounts of treasure inside their glass orbs. You can destroy the checkpoint to claim these treasures, but doing so will negate its use, forcing the respawn point to an earlier checkpoint or to the beginning of the stage if there are no more checkpoints. Each checkpoint can take 5 hits before breaking, and are reset upon exiting the stage. If you die in Shovel Knight, then you lose some of your gold and you have to go get it. But if you die without getting your gold, then your gold disappears. Another thing that levels have in common are these blue chests. Each chest contains Chester, this guy that sells you items that he found in the chest. These items are called relics, and each relic will consume some of your magic when used. This magic can be replenished with magic jars, which are found in dirt blocks and by killing enemies. There are 10 relics in the game: the Flare Wand, a wand that lets you shoot fireballs; the Phase Locket, a locket that makes you invincible for a brief period of time; the Dust Knuckles, big gauntlets that let you dash through dirt blocks; the Throwing Anchor, which is exactly what the name says; the Alchemy Coin, a coin that turns enemies into money; the Mobile Gear, a gear that lets you ride over obstacles; the War Horn, a horn that destroys all surrounding enemies; the Propeller Dagger, a dagger that lets you fly short distances, the Chaos Sphere, an orb that bounces around damaging enemies, and the fishing rod, which you can use to fish in pits. There were also 2 Troupple chalices that you can buy from the Troupple acolytes in the village. These allow you to hold one of 3 different eye cores that you can get from the Troupple King. These items are all useful in killing enemies and are even good for killing bosses. While the gameplay seems simple, the level design and variety of gameplay options make for a fun game. I rate the gameplay a 10 out of 10. The game is made to look like an NES game, so of course, the music has to make it sound like one too, with each level offering a chiptune song that matches the theme of the level. I don't really know how else to explain why the music is so good, so I'm just gonna let you take a listen to some of my favorite tracks from the game. All in all, the music is great, and I think Jake Kaufman and, I'm about to butcher this name, Manami Matsume did a great job. I gave the music a 10 out of 10. Shovel Knight is a great game with a great story and great gameplay, and great music, making it an all-around great game. My final score for Shovel Knight is 10 out of 10.